All right, let's get right into it. Welcome to the Sexplainer, breaking down one of Europe's absolute biggest, most highly anticipated football battles. The FIFA World Cup 2026 knockout stage is finally here. All that group stage drama is officially in the rearview mirror, and the stakes, well, they literally could not be higher.
We're setting the scene today at the massive New York, New Jersey Stadium in East Rutherford. And at this specific stage of the tournament, you know the deal. It is all about absolute finality. Win or go home. It's the round of 32. There are no more points to rack up, no more goal differentials to save you. Only one team advances from this pitch, while the Losers World Cup dream ends right here, right now, in front of the entire world.
Section 1. The ultimate knockout clash. France versus Sweden.
Now, this is a classic David versus Goliath matchup on the global stage. When you break down the pre-match win probabilities, France holds a massive, honestly overwhelming advantage at 77%. The odds of this going to extra time sit at 14%, and then there's Sweden, clutching a tiny 9% slice of a chance to win this match outright. On paper, sure, it looks like a done deal for the French, but as anyone who follows this beautiful game knows, knockout football has a very famous, very thrilling reputation for taking the script and throwing it right out the window.
Section 2. Goliath. France, the heavy favorite.
It's super easy to see why that 77% probability exists, right? France enters as one of the undeniable tournament favorites. They've won 4 of their last 5 matches, meaning they are riding this massive wave of momentum straight into the round of 32. And maybe most importantly, their squad is just remarkably deep. It is filled to the absolute brim with elite, world-class talent and invaluable tournament experience. We're talking about a roster of guys who know exactly what it takes to navigate the intense pressure of a World Cup.
But you know, with that incredible pedigree comes an equally incredible burden. As our sources point out, losing would be considered one of the biggest disappointments of the tournament. For France, winning this match simply keeps their championship dream alive. It's basically the baseline expectation. All of the pressure rests entirely on their shoulders today. Anything less than a clean victory is a total disaster.
Section 3. Sweden, the dangerous underdog.
This completely shifts our tone from one of heavy expectation to one of massive opportunity and unseen danger. Sweden is the ultimate wildcard here. 9%. I really just want to pause for a second to let that number sink in. 9%. That is Sweden's incredibly slim probability of winning this match in regulation time. It's a number that pretty much writes them off completely.
Which naturally leads us to ask, is an upset impossible? Does that low probability absolutely guarantee a French victory? No way. Absolutely not. What you really need to take away from this is that knockout football frequently, almost routinely, rewards raw determination and grit over sheer reputation. A victory today would go down as one of the biggest upsets of the 2026 World Cup. And honestly, that total lack of expectation is Sweden's secret weapon. They enter this match with absolutely nothing to lose. The pressure, it's completely off them. They're armed with this gritty, determined mentality to just frustrate their opponents and potentially make World Cup history.
Section 4. The battleground. History and tactics.
Let's run through the head-to-head record real quick. In their last 4 meetings, France has won 3 times, Sweden has won once, and there have been 0 draws. The recent scorelines are actually super telling. We had a 4-2 win for France, then a tight 1-0 win for France, then a 2-1 victory for Sweden, followed by another 2-1 win for France. So yeah, history clearly favors the French side, but those closely contested scorelines prove this is rarely a blowout. History guarantees absolutely nothing when that whistle blows today.
And that brings us to the tactical battle, which is just a perfect contrast of styles. On one side, France's strategy is crystal clear: dominate possession. They want the ball, they want to dictate the tempo of the entire game, and they want to methodically break down that Swedish defense. But on the flip side, Sweden's strategy is the exact opposite: defend compactly and rely on quick counterattacks. They are probably going to be perfectly happy letting France have the ball, relying on absolute defensive discipline and teamwork, and then striking with lightning speed the second France leaves themselves exposed.
Because of this extreme contrast, the midfield battle is going to be totally decisive. Control over the middle of the pitch will dictate the flow of the entire game. And the first goal? It's absolutely critical. It could completely flip the momentum. If France scores first, well, Sweden has to abandon their compact defensive shell to chase the game, which plays right into France's hands. But what if Sweden scores first on a quick counter? The pressure on France to break them down will skyrocket to unimaginable levels.
Section 5. The final verdict. Predictions for the pitch.
So where do we land?
Based on everything we've analyzed, the prediction stands at a 3-1 scoreline in favor of France. This is largely driven by that overwhelming 77% probability we talked about earlier, combined with France's superior squad depth, their elite talent, and their historical dominance in the head-to-head matchups. The logical expectation is that over 90 minutes, France's relentless possession-based attacking talent is just going to eventually wear down the Swedish bloc.
However, we can never, ever ignore the human element of the game. As this quote perfectly reminds us, Sweden has the ability to surprise if they remain disciplined. That is the absolutely crucial point to remember today. Despite the heavy odds, the historical disadvantages, and those 3-1 predictions, Sweden has the exact defensive setup required to shock the world. If they utilize their teamwork and execute those quick counterattacks flawlessly, they can turn the whole tournament upside down.
Which leaves us buzzing with this final provocative thought. Will France march to glory and continue their journey toward another World Cup title? Or is Sweden going to write one of the greatest upset stories in football history? Football has this brilliant, totally unpredictable way of defying the statistics and surprising us all when we least expect it. Take a second to think about how these tactics will play out, and hey, share your own score predictions for this massive round of 32 clash. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep diving into the beautiful game.